Honkers, honkers. Morning, YouTube, friends and family. Welcome to Tuesday, lundi, mardi. Back to Hollowell today to work on that shed roof part of the building. Today I'll be doing insulation preparation and a little bit of air sealing. Just got to say again, many thanks to all of you that have donated to Milo's Europe trip. Some of you that live outside Canada or the US apparently are experiencing difficulties donating to the fundraising site. I have contacted the hosts of that site. They say they're trying to work on it. Probably if you're interested, like Phil, I know that Phil.com.nz, Philip Reed, would like to donate. Phil, I'm gonna set you up probably with Andrea's PayPal account. I don't have a PayPal account, but Andrea's got one, and I'll get that going tonight. Thank you guys so much. Milo's gonna do a little thank you video coming up soon. I talked to him, he wants to do a segment on my vlog, so we'll get to see his response. But I'm just thrilled, you know. It's one of these things where you think about how much you give in your vlog and how much you give, and I almost feel guilty when I receive, from you guys, because I feel like I receive a lot already just through your comments and your support and stuff like that. So when you actually physically show me your support, it really just floors me. So hey, thanks, and thanks for coming with me on my day.
Yo, there's a little something I got to explain to y'all about the way our world works. About how all our energy comes from the sun in the beginning. About how there could be no life if plants couldn't make the sun's energy into chemical energy or ATP. This is their true story.
Yo, if we take a look in plants, the big and the small, there's something we find in common among them all. At the cellular level, each plant has a funky little thing called a chloroplast. Thylakoids look like...
I think this is the first time I've seen a traffic jam in Randolph since the Great Flood of 1987. What is going on up there? Must be an accident. That's the only thing I can think. You know, a little known fact that Randolph is the smallest town in the state, geographically speaking.
A funky little thing called a chloroplast. Thylakoids look like little green pills. They're in chloroplast and full of chlorophyll. The chlorophyll repels the light, lets green, but lets it red, blue, and violet through its screen. Using light energy, it splits some H2O into hydrogen and oxygen. The hydrogen it stows away to be used at a later date, and the oxygen's released in a gaseous state. But when the two split apart, something's left over. It's rare and it's lucky like a four-leaf clover. It's a negatively charged electron, and it really gets the light cycle going on. The electron is pulled down its transport chain to an uncharged molecule there. Weighed in, it's called adenosine diphosphate. It's a battery that's drained, and when a phosphate is added, the energy can be retained. Yo, we got a phosphate waiting too. Got a super important job to do. It gets stuck on the end of the phosphate chain, and adenosine triphosphate is attained. Now the battery is all charged up, and when it's used, the chain will break up. The electron is all used up, and the cycle will once again start up.
Alright, that sounds like the end of our story, but we still got some ground to cover. Y'all fasten your seatbelts for the creation of glucose.
Now...
One of the ways to see if your ceiling framing or any framing has been built on a plane is to sight it, to look right down the underside of all of these ceiling joists and move your head up and down until you see the joists all come together and then at the same time disappear into a line. And if that happens or comes close to happening, then you have a flat ceiling. And this ceiling looks great, I've got to say. I'm quite pleased with the outcome. So I just have, like I said, some air sealing, some blocking to do, and then I'm gonna start prepping for the cellulose. Whoa. I like to keep a clean work site, especially when I'm working on a finished floor. The roof grit from the old roof, the plaster bits that land on the floor, all that stuff can be ground right in and impact the finish. So I just like to periodically, at the beginning of the day, middle of the day, end of the day, sweep all that crap up, and it really helps to limit the overall spread and damage that's caused by the construction debris. And I will say, you know, of all of the things that really make an impression on a client, cleanliness is one of them. Whether it's the job site, your work trailer, the way you store your materials, and oftentimes even your physical appearance, that really help make an impression and just instill confidence. So keep it clean.
Y'all fasten your seatbelts for the creation of glucose.
Now the plant uses up the ATP, whether it's a bush or a shrub or a vine on a tree. They all need to make their own food. It's a sugar called glucose. Here's how it's brewed. CO2 in the air is absorbed by the plant. It's good they live off it because we can't. The plant uses water in the carbon dioxide, make it oxygen and sugar, which the plant stores inside. CO2 and H2O, it's crazy the process that all this stuff goes through, changing around the atoms until an edible molecule is distilled along with 6 extra O2s. The process ain't exactly news, it's been around for millions of years, lighting up all the biosphere with oxygen that we all breathe in. The light cycle seems to be akin with the best of miracles, cause it gives the people and animals a way to live, taking the stuff that we exhale, changing it all around until it's something that we can't breathe in. For the women and the children and the men, looking all around me on this day, watching the CO2 go away, watching the plants all do their thing, watching them power everything, cause without the plants, man, we'd be screwed. Everyone would die, me and you, we're all here cause of photosynthesis, we owe it our very existence.
Yo, that's how it goes down in plants. From the sun to the ATP to the carbon dioxide. They make their food and they make what we breathe. Thank the next tree you see. I'm out.
Yeah, these cuts that I made on the bottoms of the rafters weren't spot on. They hung down a little bit and we're gonna get in the way of the strapping. So I just had to go back and cut and chisel a little bit. Now, basically I'm ready to net and strap. I'm just gonna do one more check around, make sure I haven't missed any blockings or anything that I need to do before I cover all that up with netting, but netting's the next step. Do you remember what this was? Do you remember in the beginning when I was first tearing down the ceiling and it was just layer after layer of sealing and strapping and blocking and like this much insulation and debris and all that's gone. It is, you know, I really appreciate the customer that allows me the space to peel back the old layers and get back to original. Because so many homeowners are tempted to just say, well, can't we just like put another layer over it? And it just keeps adding to the problem. So this, I feel, is a really quality job. Of course I would feel that way, right? Oh, Cooper, you want to come out, buddy? Huh? You want to come out, buddy? Huh? Yeah! 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 What's up, dog? What's up, dog? What's up, dog? What's up, dog? Woo! Oh, 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 what's that? Oh, what's that? We should go outside. Woo!
Italian sparkling lemon beverage from concentrate. I got 6.75 fluid ounces, 6.75 fluid ounces. 90 calories per bottle is what I got. I got 6.75 fluid ounces, 6.75 fluid ounces.
Alright, it's starting to look like a room again. I have all the netting that I can do. I had to leave off a little bit so that I can get into a little weird spot that I'll show you in a second. But the netting is done, so really the next step is to put the ceiling strapping up. So I'm gonna do a layout and snap some lines, and that might be as far as I get today. I'm beat. Been moving today. Woo. All right, I'll show you that weird spot. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. All right, all my lines are snapped. I just wanted to show you this weird little area. It's above this bathroom here, so I couldn't access the ceiling. So I'm just gonna like stuff my hose in there. I have to work it from the outside as well as the inside. So that'll be probably the last thing I do. But tomorrow I'm in good shape to install some strapping and blow some cellulose. My lines are snapped, can you see that? Time to go home.
18% lemon juice with other natural flavors. I got 6.75 fluid ounces, 6.75 fluid ounces. All natural ingredients returnable for 5 cents. I got 6.75 fluid ounces, 6.75 fluid ounces. Bites back